Hi there, this is Magali. Welcome back to Homeschool in Paradise, and welcome if you're new. I have a 5 and a 6 years old, and we live in Hawaii. So I will try to keep this video short, but I want to give you a check-in mid-year, what is happening in our homeschool. And I know I haven't really posted video often. I'm just really busy, and even now it's 11 p.m. at night. I worked all day, and this video is gonna come out the next day. So we're Tuesday. I really wanted to get this done for you guys because I know that some appreciate the check-in and all. And it's always good as well for myself that I wrote a list of everything that we did and like the curriculum, and I was like, wow, like at least I thought that we're like way behind, that we just that we're just struggling to keep a schedule and to do everything that I want to, but I'm realizing that it's not too bad. No. Before I get too far along, I do want to let you know that this is part of a collaboration. So it is hosted by Davine from Calm in the Chaos and Homeschool, and then Shana from Homegrown Homeschool. So make sure to go check out their channel. It's going to be down below in the description box, and also the playlist with so many other homeschool mamas that are all going to be sharing their mid-year check-in. So make sure to go check them out because every homeschool is different, and that's okay. And FYI as well, my son is technically not homeschool anymore because he is part of this Hawaiian online charter school, but it's really online as he has to do 2 Zoom meetings a week that are about 15 minutes long, and then he does in-person meeting mandatory. It's twice a month, and it's all Hawaiian based. And then he's gonna have homework every 2 weeks that are really small homework. But I wanted him to be part of that school because we live in Hawaii. He was born here, and it's important for me to have him learning Hawaiian. And some of the homework right now, I mean, I had to Google it because like it's all in Hawaiian. I do not speak Hawaiian. My son does not speak Hawaiian, but it's good for him to learn the culture and the language, even if he already speaks 3 languages. If you don't know that, because he speaks French, English, and Spanish. And then also with the charter school that I really appreciate that they have funding. So it's about $1,000 a year to buy a curriculum of your choice, but it has to be non-religious, and then it has to be approved. So I really enjoy having the financial support. So but everything else I still do at home, and then I still add curriculum that I want to. So math example and everything else that I want to have in our school. So I still, for myself, I'm still homeschooling because I'm at home, but I still have to give like reports and things like that. He has to do 3 times a year tests online for math and reading. So let's get started. I have my notes. Like I said, I'm just gonna look so I don't forget anything. And then if you have any questions at any time, please feel free to comment below, and I'll be happy to help you out. So we are January, what is it gonna be, 15? And then we started in July 22nd. We started earlier because I knew that fall week is going to be super busy and we're going to be taking time off. Let's see what we've used and what has worked and what didn't. So we do a poem a day, a well of time. This is still great. I think that I liked more the one that I had before, a nature poem a day. I prefer that one than the well of time, but that's just a preference. Just the wording, how it's done, because I'm not English speaker, so that doesn't help. And then we still do daily reading with the kids. Usually, I mean, I would say like 5 days a week when we do school, and then at nighttime they're going to be reading, so that way is good. And then for math, so at the beginning, we started using Math UC, first grade. And then, so yeah, it's for my son that he's in first grade. And then my daughter, she is technically preschool because she's turned 5 during the school year. So I don't require her to do anything, but for my son, he has to do. So yeah, math. We started with Math UC first grade, and then at first I liked the manipulative and all, and then I realized that it was lacking on some level of not teaching as a whole, like money or like half, quarter, or things like that, and then everything else for shapes. So I looked, and then I found math with confidence. I started doing that first grade, and then I thought that was too easy for my son because he can count to 100. We do math all the time. He really loves it. We started second grade. It was going great, but then he was struggling a little bit. And my son, when he struggles, it does not go well. So I was like, okay, you know what? I think we should go back to first grade. So we went back to first grade, and then some things were easy. So I started skipping lessons, whole week of lesson, until we got to like things that he didn't know. And like right now we're doing shapes, hexagon, pentagon, and all that. And then he doesn't know that. So I'm happy. I should have just stayed with the first grade. So we are going to go through the first grade quickly, and then we can start the second grade on where we left off. So that has been like an up and down, but I really like math with confidence on how they teach as a whole and the games. My son struggled with the games because he's a sore loser, but we're working on that. Except that our main curriculum is Blossom and Ruth that we've been using. We did not finish the kindergarten last year for his kindergarten year, and I was planning to finish it this year. So we do science, language art, nature study, and then art and history. So most of them, so language art, nature study, and science, we did about 12 weeks since July when we started. So it's been really doing great. So science, we finished it already, and then I want to finish language art and nature study. I know that sometimes I could just stop, but I like the rest of the books, and why take another curriculum when we can just finish that, and that's fine. He's learning. For art and history, we've only done like 5 weeks since July because we'll do a lot of other craft and then at the homeschool co-op. So I'm not too worried about that. And it's mainly art, history is like history of us and then where we live, but we always talk about that in our regular daily life. For science, so since we finished Blossom and Ruth, science is one of his favorite subject. So I started doing book seed from Blossom and Ruth, which they're okay. I like their ups and downs. So I just pick and choose. I like that they have books. I like that they have like links and then activities and things like that. I don't do all of it. We also started Generation Genius, that we have a subscription with the charter school that is for free. So we started that. We did like 3 lessons right now. I do like the video. The activities are simple and things like that. The only thing is that I like to have books to read, and that's the only thing that is missing. And I know I could like be researching and things like that, but I do not have the time to research more. I like to have a curriculum that is all done for me. I'm working 30 hours a week. I don't have time to do extra, so it has to be simple. For language arts as well, so I was planning to do all about reading, the pre-reader, because my son does not read yet, and then he was struggling. So then I started Logic of English. We did some lesson like at the end of the summer when we started school in July, and then he was struggling a lot. So we stopped for about like 2 months, and then we started again, and then now it's going better. So since the beginning, we did about 22 lessons. I know that we're supposed to do like 4 lessons a week to be doing 2 foundation, because we're on foundation A, to be like on the schedule, but we're not doing that. We're doing 2 lessons a week, and that's plenty. And I'm happy because he actually learned his first 3 words that he remembers how to sign out and then to write. So I'm super happy. And then I love Logic of English, that it's teaching cursive. I could not find another curriculum that I liked about it. So honestly, I like how Logic of English, it's teaching the kid how to do the sound of each letter. I really wanted to use All About Reading, and I have the first grade, but it's just not happening right now. So I'll just keep going with Logic of English, and I give a break to my son. I mean, that's not his strong suit. He just turned 7. I don't want to rush him. And then also he's speaking 3 languages. Well, he's actually learning 4th, but he has plenty in his brain that he's learning, and it's school, I feel like it's a struggle with him, as he doesn't want to stay still, he doesn't want to focus. Like anytime that there's a struggle, he doesn't want to learn about it. But I need to find ways on like making it fun, and when he's really interested in something, then he loves like diving into it, so which is fine as well. Okay. Handwriting, we did start the Good and the Beautiful at the beginning of the year. We did not continue it because he practiced handwriting and other things. I don't think that I'll be finishing it. Honestly, I would love maybe next year to get like the cursive one, which starts on 3rd grade. He's going to be in 2nd grade next year, but we'll see. I really like how the Good and the Beautiful, it teach on how to write properly the letters, like from top to bottom and things like that. We did at the beginning was doing like a feeling book. We had to stop because that was not and we didn't have more time to do it, but I would love to start it again for sure. And then we were doing also social skill from Evan Moore. That was going great, but that had to go away because with the charter school, it was too much. We started him on piano lesson with the Offman Academy online, which is free. I like it. We do have a piano at home. So he did about 17 lessons, and I wanted to learn in the same time than him, but he hates doing the piano. And I feel like, my husband is a musician, so we have a lot of music at home and things like that. We have the drum. My husband just set it up so he can learn to play the drum. And it's important for us that he learns to play an instrument. And I feel like I'm not a musician, and my husband can sometimes, like, he works and then he's the soccer coach. So I would like to be able to integrate music in our homeschool, and I would love for him to do piano, but we'll see if he will continue, because my daughter now, she wants to do it, so we'll see. We also did a little bit of Christmas around the world from Gather Round. I had it from last year. We did like two countries, and then I had a lot of books about Christmas that I had in French, so we just started reading that, and we did some recipes as well. And then what I have new, so I printed the whole thing, but this is from Fun Schooling. So I have the dyslexia game. This is the book 1. That's for my daughter that I printed it, but for my son I did print the second one because last year he did the book 1. I don't think he's dyslexic, but he really enjoyed doing the games, so I wanted to give him that because I have so many PDF from Fun Schooling. So if you don't know about Fun Schooling, it's more like interest based. So I got this one for my son, the Dino Doodle. It has a lot of pages because it's like 365 activities. So I had him pick which one he wanted. For my daughter, I printed like the princess one, and we will try this since we've been struggling for school that he doesn't want to be doing some of the work that I have for him. I was like, you know what, let's try this. We can focus and dive into things that he's interested in, going to the library, getting books, watching documentaries. So we will try this and we'll see where it goes. I just really like the curriculum that I picked, but that has to be for my son. We've been doing the co-op every Friday. So usually 3 times a month is the co-op in person, where they do, like, I teach PE, and then they have art class. They have, like, we're doing puppet show with me, but we're changing it for like something else, like charade and things like that. They do music, and then also they have like a curiosity club like thing where they do kind of like science for a little one. And then for my daughter, she does hula there, and then they have free play, so the kids always love it. We have field trip as well included, so that's always the highlight of the week. They love going to the co-op. And then I wanted to think about as well all the field trip. So I think that like I need to remind myself that I want to homeschool to be doing a lot of field trips. So obviously if we do a lot of field trip, then we're not gonna have the chance to do a lot of like work at home, and that's okay because I want my kids to be learning that way. So I wrote down all the ones that my kids actually did for since July, and I'm happy because they did a lot. We go to the library usually once a week, if not at least once every 2 weeks. Sometimes it's a little bit rushed, like I'm like, okay kids, you have like 5 minutes to go pick up a book, but I want to spend more time there. We go to, there's a ranch here that is called Makanalani Ranch. So it's a place for, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. A couple that owns like 100-acre land, and then there's a kid's house on there that is like you can go there if you have a group of kids. So twice we went and visit the animals. So we fed the donkeys. And then I just organized a weekend there for the homeschool club. We were for overnight, 2 nights stay there. It was 12 kids about that, and then 12 parents. And then the Saturday we had just a fun day for people that didn't want to stay overnight, and we had about 15 kids that came. And then we had about like 10 adults. They had like slide, we went to see the donkeys, they had games, and then free play. They did a scavenger hunt, little things, so many things that they did. So that was really nice to be bonding with each other and all that. We also went to the botanical garden, South Shore and the North Shore. So both places learning about the plants and all. We went to the west side of the island and then learn about Hawaiian culture with the charter school. North Shore, we also went to plant trees one time, like depending which age group it was. And then we went another time on the North Shore, and the kids, they pulled out the taro plants. So if you've never been to Hawaii, they have like taro that it's kind of, I don't know exactly how to explain it. It's like kind of the taro, like potato maybe that is in the water. Anyway, I'm terrible and I'm so tired, but we went there, and then they pulled all the taro out of the field. It was all in water. There's snails in there, so it was a great experience for the kids to be doing that. And the taro, you can eat it. We did go another place on the South Shore to be learning about Hawaiian culture. And then we went to visit a farm that is like an educational farm nonprofit that rescue animals on island, so the kids could see and then learn more about the animals. We went there twice, I think. We did one on the South Shore as well for learning about turtles. So this nonprofit came and talked to us about how to take care of the turtles here on island, how they're protected and all. We also so my son, since he went to Oahu, we did a fundraiser. So we did like baking tortillas and bread. So I had the kids help me do this, and then saving money so we can pay for a trip for Oahu. So I think that it's all learning experience on how to make money and like business and selling it. Okay, how much it costs to make everything. So I include the kids when I do this. It takes longer, but I definitely help include them. We also had a career day at the homeschool club, which the kids are still a little bit young, but they could see different career that people with speaking. And then we did a market, so all the kids, we sold tortillas, so the kids are always excited to be selling tortillas there, and we sold out like we always do. We did go to Oahu, the other island, and then over there I wanted to make it educational, so we went to visit a children's discovery center. Loved it. It was like amazing. I would definitely go back there. They have so much like little centers to learn about all the different like career, like anything, science, theater, or like different culture. It was just amazing. Too many things. We did get a membership, yearly membership at the zoo, since we'll go back there often, and it was pretty cheap to get it, but it's nice to go see all the animals and then to learn about it. There's also Fun Schooling has a book about it's one of those book, a PDF that I have that I went to check in my computer, and then I realized it's like discovering or like visits at the zoo. So I think I'm gonna print it out, and then we are gonna go back in February for another soccer tournament, and I think we'll just print it and then we can do some research about the animals and actually see it at the zoo. We went there to the aquarium, and then we did a little hike as well in the mountain where in the war they had like places where I cannot remember the name of what it's called, but it's like places where you can scout to see by the ocean if someone is going to come. And then we had to go down, like it was almost like a bunker to go down. So we visited that. There's a lot of things on Oahu that we can go visit when we go there to learn. So that's all the things that we did, and I'm happy that for everything that we've done so far. It is working great, except that my son doesn't like sitting and learning. So I don't want to push him, and I want to learn to make other ways for him to be learning and then to make it enjoyable for everyone. So that's the only thing. If you have any suggestion on how to make that, please comment below. I think that's it. It was a really long video. Thank you. If you're still watching, thank you so much. I appreciate you. If you have any question, please let me know. And I hope that I don't look too tired. I'm ready to sleep, but I'll still edit my video and then get it out for you guys. And then just a reminder that this video is part of a collaboration. So it is hosted by Shana from Homegrown Homeschool and then Daveen from Calm and the Chaos Homeschool. So make sure to go check out their channel. The playlist below about this mid-year check-in as homeschooler. Make sure that if you're not already subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you.